What's up, guys? Chaco here. Just got a new one for you. I'm not going to do kind of a playthrough. I'm just going to give my thoughts on it because I already played through this whole game. As you can see by all these unlocks, you can see we have got 66 out of 66 here. We've already done Omega difficulty. This is a roguelite game where you get abilities, and there's all these cores that you can unlock. You can have different kind of major core abilities, and that'll affect what you get. So I think maybe we unlocked like another giga difficulty here. But yeah, you'll unlock this later after you clear the game once, and then you'll go through and you have to clear it 1, 2, 3, 4 more times to get like the final ending and everything like that. Spoiler alert. But in general, guys, this is a pretty cheap game. Overall, I think it's kind of worth it. So we'll just show off some gameplay, and I'll kind of talk about some things that I like and some things I don't like. Really, the biggest thing that I don't like is sometimes the weapons can be really bad, and they do have a system in place for that where you can requisition gear, but I think the requisition of gear is also way too overpowering. So like when you choose the gear, it feels like that's the only thing you're seeing, and sometimes like you need more varied gear to get upgrades and stuff like that. Another thing that's kind of controversial is that this game uses affixes that can be removed from items and then put onto other items. So that's kind of interesting, but it also leads to a lot of like kind of similar builds coming out, because like once you get one good gun with like a good affix, you're like, okay, I know exactly what I need to put on this, and then everything else is useless. So maybe I can show you an example of that. These don't really matter that much, so we'll just pick fire damage here. But yeah, essentially every map setup is the same, so you will always play through this same map, which I think is a bad thing. And we have no gun right now, so we are really weak. It is super bad because we're just starting out, but that's kind of another thing that I guess shows off like what I mean about the weapons kind of being like so important here, because now like we're in a position where, especially in the beginning of the game before you've got some unlocks, like when guns don't reload by themselves, it's rough. It feels really kind of rough to play with. You can see this core special ability is obviously that bubble, and you saw we picked up the upgrade for it to get like the reflection and it stays in place or whatever. But you can see like how long this is taking for like these basic enemies, because we have a really bad gun to start off with. So sometimes like the beginning of the run can just be way more difficult than it needs to be. Like you can see here, we got an elite guy here. There we go. Finally, he's dead. So that took like, I don't know, like 2 minutes or something. It felt like just for that one thing. And then now we have this unlock here. So you know what? Sure, we'll take another one just to show you. This gun you can see is purple. This is the exact same gun. So sometimes guns can be corrupted. So this does 50 damage if you hit him direct, or it does 3 damage to your shield. So this is just kind of like another interesting sort of side grade thing you can do. Some of them are interesting, some of them are super bad. Like one of them just damages you, and it like damages you so bad that it's going to remove your health and shield or whatever. So like this is what the game is about. You'll get abilities, and so abilities can be placed in abilities. So this one gains 2 fury, this one gains weak. So if I want this, I can extract the modifier and it'll take you to this, and you see I can't put it anywhere else. So we'll put it here into our ability. Now for weapons, you can put it in either weapon, and you can also kind of swap them around manually to kind of get that. And then there's also like secrets and stuff. So like the only kind of, I would guess, downside is that the secrets don't change. So like once you found it and unlocked it, it's there every time for some of them. Oh no. What is that? That gun is so bad. What is going on? Wait, does it just do no damage? Hold on. Oh, that's crazy. Okay. Yeah, so that's obviously really bad. But yeah, like some of them, like that's obvious. I never played with this one before because it just seemed like it was bad, and it's nice to know I was right. Wasn't missing anything. What is... Yeah, you can see like sometimes stuff like that'll happen where it's just you know, super randomly kind of weird with hitboxes. But in general, I think the item variation is okay enough. There's some interesting guns. There's some fun guns. Ability variety is also decent, but it definitely pushes you towards like certain combos because you have to have like status effects. Like generally speaking, if you just go, we can't do that. Yeah, now we gotta wait. Generally speaking, if you just go with okay, they tried to juke us. If you just go with what's already there, they like these kinds of like guns with no elements or whatever. It's pretty hard later on because you have nothing except pure damage, and the elements actually scale up pretty decently. So we're in trouble now because we did not pick another good gun. Yeah, so like this gun does like you can see how bad that is, right? Like it does oh wow. It does like yeah, like sure it does big damn on like the special hit there, but like it doesn't do that much more than the original gun. Also, this is like one of the penalties. Sometimes your rewards just become crap. But yeah, like if you get screwed like this, like for example, if we try to do this capture right now, probably we're gonna die, or it's gonna be really close because we have, like, we're so weak starting out, you know. And to be fair, this is like the max difficulty level that we're playing at, almost max, I guess, because we could technically take more negatives if we wanted, but overall, I would say like this game's like a solid 7 or 8. Like it's decent enough. It was fun enough. I wanted to complete the game. So yeah, and like things like this. So like right now, that guy's not gonna come get us, and he's supposed to. And because he's not coming to get us, we can just stand here and wait it out, right? So like stuff like that is kind of weird. That happens sometimes where like it seems like it's a little bit of a mix between like a bug and just like intended behavior. So like I don't know like what bugs him out, but like he's obviously not supposed to be there, right? So now he's just gonna disappear because he was part of the event. But you know, they have like this ability. This ability is really cool. It's like Thanos snapping people, which I think is super cool. But yeah, if you get behind early, it's really hard to catch up many times. And like this is just because I've played a ton, and so I could kind of decently hobble my way through. But many times it's just like prolonging the inevitable, where it's like, okay, yeah, sure, you could, but like you could just restart and get a better beginning gun and then be done with it. It does have like some Metroidvania style of like unlocks that you can get, which was also decently fun. I would say it doesn't like make that much of a difference in the game, and generally later on you've kind of forgot all about it. You're just trying to clear the end game content or like the hardest difficulty levels. But we'll probably go through like one more screen here just to show you some more. There was our Thanos snap. Bop, bop. Yeah, we can't even get that. Oh. Oh, nope, we can't hit that one either. Okay. So yeah, overall, guys, like this is just kind of a general overview of kind of. Okay, that was a bug. We had our shield up and he was shooting through it. Huh, that's random. There's our Thanos snap again. Let's put our shield up and see if we can shoot through it again. Wow. Okay, yeah, so like right now, you know what, let's just show you, let's go to main menu, we'll abandon this run. Let's just show you the difference real quick so you guys can have like a better perspective on what I'm talking about. Because if you've never seen it, then maybe you guys are just kind of like, it's not that fast paced or whatever, but it can be hugely different. So we're just going to show you like a different start and see if we get like a better weapon in the beginning, and then let's see what we get. What is that? It's the exact same one. Okay. That is really unfortunate, and that is not that common, to be honest. But hey, it is what it is. We'll see if maybe we get a better weapon. But yeah, there we go. Outburst does damage. That'll be decent enough to go The other thing is that there's a lot of unnecessary loading screens. Like you saw us skip 2 of them there. The loading screens are ridiculous in this game. The devs really got to work on that. It's super bad. I don't think there's any redeeming factor to it. Like right now, this loading screen is like longer than so many loading screens, and it's on an SSD, so it's not like I'm using an HDD or something. And then also they always want to do this stupid like animation or whatever for no purpose. It's like by the time you finish skipping it, it's almost over anyway, so like what's the point? You know what I mean? So you'll see down here it's going to bring up the skip window, but again, that you can see like right now we got to skip, and that just saves us like the walking animation basically, right? And yeah, it's just, I don't know, a lot of weird choices around that of like, why would you do that? Nobody wants that. Nobody needs that. It doesn't really add much to your game. But yeah, so that's kind of like what the game is. We'll see if we can show you like another cool weapon here before we call it. But this other thing that I really don't like is these enemies. You can see my health bar is turning purple down at the bottom. We'll take another one for you, so you can see what's really going on. But essentially, your health bar has these enemies that'll spawn in these little random sections, and if you ignore them or you're just not paying attention, you start losing percent health, and it's like a lot. It's like 10% health per stack or something, or maybe like 5%. And then that becomes reserved health, and it's just kind of like a slow death kind of thing of like, you're not really failing, you're not really like taking damage. It's just like annoying, especially like later on. I mean, right now you can see, because we again got a bad weapon to start, like, yeah, you could just see like the pacing of it, right? And like the difference in the pacing. I don't know. I think they could do a lot of balanced stuff around that in terms of like what a good start and a bad start is, you know? Because like some weapons without upgrades are just atrocious, and like sure, maybe they get better later, but it's like, dude, nobody wants to play something that feels bad from the beginning, like, right? And then here we go. So now you have 2 more choices. So like this is one of the best guns. This one's great. This is just like a shoddy that has like a super fast reload, and then this one is also a good gun, a decent gun. This one just like makes like a bubble blower, and then we'll just show you kind of the difference. And then yeah, you know, there's some things like this, like that one's a good gun too, because these are like things that I requisitioned, so they're gonna spawn more often. But let's just show you. We'll skip the extra reward up there. Oh, there's a random challenge that we got. I don't know if we're gonna be able to actually finish this one in time. Oh, we did. Okay. So sometimes you'll have stuff like that. They're not that common, but yeah, look, you can see that's what I mean about like the requisitions happening way too often. So like I've got only my requisitioned weapons and like nothing else, and it's like I just want to get them early so I can bring them with me instead of having like nothing. So let's show you like the difference in like, you know, kind of how the ooh, oh geez, okay, well I just got stuck in the corner there. We could show you the difference of kind of how they play out, right? So normal enemies die way faster. These enemies just have a shield, so it's a little bit annoying. But yeah, you can see like right now I'm just ignoring everything, and I don't care about the status effect. That will matter later, because later on, like if you have stacked it up too much, then you're gonna end up in like a really crappy situation where it's like, oh man, okay, now I'm gonna die because I just have my max health drained down to like nothing, and I can only take 1 hit. But you can see like the difference of like how things speed up once you get better weapons and better abilities, right? So that's like what I mean. It's like there was way more enemies there, and we went through it way faster than the other one. That part of the game, I think, needs to be kind of tooled up a bit. Like work out how you can balance that, and like maybe give them an extra like modifier or something early on. But yeah, in general, I think the gun gameplay is decent enough. There's some interesting guns. There's some interesting combos you can do with the modifiers. Like you can get like multi-shot. Let's just go back and we can show you a little bit about like what the difference is in terms of like what builds might look like. So lower difficulties, obviously, and again, the loading screens. What's happening with the loading screens, dude? I have no idea. It's not even loading anything, right? Like nothing is happening in like this hideout area, and it still loads forever. So that's like a downside. Let's go ahead and show you. Oh, nope, not here. Yeah, here you can see how long it took me to beat the game. So it took me 26 tries. One run is pretty long, though. So you can see every time I clear the boss, it's about the same time, except for these early ones. These were kind of bad runs. But, like, the average run, you're looking at, like, an hour plus. So the run time is a little bit long. These are, like, the difficulty rankings and, like, how far you got and everything like that. But overall, I think, like, the length is a little bit too long. It does let you save, to be fair. You can quit after each boss. You can quit, and then you can come back later. But that's kind of, like, not in the spirit of, like, what a roguelite is. But here you can see for the harder difficulty, I always use this because this gives you the shield that blocks attacks. This one I used a wind. This one I use shield again. This one I use shield again. This one I use wind again. And then this one is because you don't have anything else unlocked. So overall, the runtime is like a little bit too long. This is like, what, 730 kills? Yeah. So, like, there you go, 748. Again, it's just, it feels a little bit long. Overall, I think the game is decent enough. And if you're just looking at something for mindlessly blast, the game is pretty cheap. I'll link it below. But overall, yeah, guys, we played through this one. You know, there you go. Finished everything. Completed it on the hardest difficulty. It's yeah, it's fine. Oh, there's a really good gun. This gun is amazing. But yeah, that's about all for this one, guys. And I'll catch you in the next one. This one got a little bit rambly, but it is what it is. Battle Shapers. Check it out if you like it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Jocko out.